All right. Hello, everybody. Sorry, it's been taking me a minute. I've had like a bunch of last second technical issues. Speaking of, I need to take care of just one tiny thing. Okay. All right, sorry, I had to take care of just one small thing. Oh, all right. So, where we left on, where did we leave it? I guess right before we chased Venom was the last thing we did. So, yeah, I'm having audio issues still. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's fun. Just not allowed to hear the game, I guess. Okay. Let me close out of this. Let's see. There we go. Now I can hear it. Not sure why I couldn't before. What? Okay, I can't hear it again now. What? What are we doing, man? What are we doing here? Okay, I know the earbuds are working because I can hear that, but no, I guess I'm just not allowed to listen to the game. It was connecting to another device that wasn't working earlier, but all of a sudden is. Bluetooth is so jank on my PC. Anyway, um, God, why does it look so stretched or like squished? Let me see if I can fix that. Settings, graphics. Do that, and then go into OBS and just make it larger. It's getting stretched in OBS, but it's not. I think it looks better. I think it just looks better overall because it's a smaller image. I think that looks fine. But I know that's cut out. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna continue with the Catch Venom mission. Now, this mission's a pain in the ass no matter what difficulty you play on because of a bug that is pretty common amongst most copies of this game, in which the AI, when you're coming, well, let's let the cutscene play out.
Well, That's my story, Johnny.
Looks like you're in a lot of trouble. You'll find Venom.
But how? Venom is invisible to my spider sense.
Knowing your luck, Venom will find you. Have faith, Spidey.
Where could she be? Gotta find her. Got no choice.
Where, what a wuss. Hey, wanna race?
Love how trolly Venom is in this game.
When I get the drop on it.
I hate it when he gets the drop on me.
He's such a shitter, man. He's such a shitter.
Hurry up, Parker.
Move it, Spidey, move it!
I did bump up the resolution for this game. But, wish I could stick around and look at that building.
Gotta keep moving.
Obviously. Well, wait, will he just sit there? Yeah, thanks. So, we got a little reference to Stark Solutions. And if you guys remember in that video I showed from Angonoff yesterday, or not yesterday, day before, shout out to him by the way, Iron Man was supposed to make a cameo in this game, but we only got, well, I shouldn't say we got Captain America, we got Human Torch, Black Cat, Daredevil, and the Punisher. Yeah. So we got some pretty decent cameos from the other Marvel Universe characters. But it's a cool little nod to Tony Stark, and there's another building right over here, Roxxon. Another big corporate entity in the Marvel world. Yeah. The comic book right over here.
Golden. Gotta keep up.
As well as one right here, along with some Spidey armor.
Ah, the old trusty Spidey armor.
Which I went over that appearance. I wonder if that comic book actually documents when it first appeared, because it's only ever appeared in that one comic.
Come on.
It's made cameos in games and cartoons, but it's never appeared in another comic.
Look out, lady.
At least, not to my knowledge. It probably has in, like, Spider-Verse events.
Way, nerd.
But that's, like, the only time I know of that it had a plot significance.
Oh, toe, ow! Ow, my head!
Look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, like, Spider-Man's supposed to be chasing him right there. And he's supposed to jump out of the window behind Eddie there. But he sticks to the wall like that, and that's very common amongst almost every version, and it can kind of cause you to lose. Or get stuck on stuff, because that happens a lot too in this game.
Can't lose him.
But it wasn't too bad. Once you get over here, you're pretty solid. You can actually get to the cutscene trigger before Venom does, and you can actually see that happen in speedruns. And it plays the same, but Venom is behind you. So,
If you wanna
I'll show you what I
fight,
mean.
Follow me.
He'll be in the middle of that sentence, and that outline that happens right there, I don't know why it gets his tongue. That doesn't make sense. That outline will be there before he finishes
Weird Spider-Wars go.
jumping into the fog.
Spider-Wars,
It's really weird.
Come out and play.
Tag!
Best cutscene in the game. This is kind of what I was referring to the other day, where the web gloves do more damage to
Come
Venom.
back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Ouch. It's actually kind of a tough boss,
Spidey, where are you?
because he can grab you. like that. Yeah, you want to hit him with like the combo, the two-piece,
Brains, yummy.
because it pushes him back a little bit.
Come to Papa.
But you don't want to be in a corner because he can still grab you.
Itsy bitsy spider.
There we go. Comic book underneath that car. It's actually weird. The level design for that boss arena is weirdly vertical. Like it has a lot of space you can go up if you clip like just out of bounds of like the invisible wall, and you could just keep going up. It's like it's got collision to it. It's interesting. Yeah, Jovi. There we go.
Laying down on the job, Parker?
Yes, that
Where's
is what
my
I am doing.
wife, you symbiote freak?
Always found it really weird that Venom has 3 fingers. I don't know why, it's very unnerving. Whenever he like puts his hands up, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I don't know if I'll have to look again. They might have given him more fingers in the other version. Because I know they gave this model, the Spider-Man model, more appendages. So maybe they did the same with Venom. But yeah, as you can see, this was one of the other levels that got a lot of changes made to it. The sewers look completely different from how they were originally intended to. You had that really green, heavily metal-looking area. This is more cave-like. Brick
can run,
walls
Venom,
and stuff.
You can't hide.
This is interesting. There's another comic book hidden in this area.
Those things.
And here we got the lizard men. A lot stronger than the typical goons. Second strongest enemy in the game. They also have these like spit acid balls that do a pretty good amount of damage. And I think a comic book spawn. Oh, when does it spawn? Maybe it's after you go out over here. But yeah, they're pretty tough.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments. Oh, yeah!
Oh, damn. I killed him? I didn't think I was gonna kill him. Maybe now it spawns? I know you gotta go pretty far. There it is. Yeah. Interesting
Golden.
hidden comic spawn there. It was on the screen. Yeah, you can see a lot of the heavy pipe designs and, you know, big old tavern or cavern level design. Looks really nice, honestly. Like, kind of looks like a Crash Bandicoot 2 level. Honestly, has a lot of almost horror elements with the way the lizards sound and like the grunts they make. Definitely unnerving, for sure. Yeah, and they can jump super far. Totally murdering them, by the way. It's kind of crazy, like, what the hell is down there? Those things, if you go past the death barrier, like, if you remove it, I'm pretty sure those things are solid, like, they have collision. You typically die before you can even go down there, but, yeah, I'm pretty sure those things are solid. Not sure what those are. I don't know if they're like giant generators or what, but yeah, just an interesting piece of the level design that most people don't even really pay attention to. See that classic PS1 wobbling textures.
I'm sorry, guys. Am I late for the party?
Best way to deal with these guys is just gotta out damage them.
Open this door!
Who is it?
So obviously this was gonna be leading up to the lizard boss fight that eventually got scrapped, but technically kind of got reused in the second game.
Come in.
Oh, you could because I have the draw distance up, you could see Venom despawn there. Whoa! Had a jumping clash there. That was cool. Let's see. Got two lizards here. Boom. Yeah, they are tanky.
I should probably swing for the next
Probably
match
take
using my
more damage
targeting mode.
in the harder difficulties.
Easy as pie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, as you also saw in the Angonoff video, they had different, more guttural, creepy sounding sound effects for the lizards. They probably changed some of that just to not horrify kids, but they're still pretty scary. One of their attacks, I think it's the most damaging attack they have, is where they can actually grab you. It's really slow and it's easy to avoid, but they can actually grab you and just start biting you, and that sucks. But you can break out of it pretty easily, even on the harder difficulties, I remember. So over here we got a little hidden area with 2 web carts and some more Spidey armor.
Ah, the old trusty Spidey armor.
Even though I was already wearing it, he repeats that voice line. Got this like giant drain. Really cool little hidden area where you can get another comic book.
Gold.
This is kind of like a big area that, if you're good enough, you don't actually need to use the L1 targeting mode. If you're even better, you can get through that whole section without touching any of these pipes. At least touching very few of them.
I'm already at full health.
Actually, you don't even need to fight these guys, I just remembered. But we'll do that though. You can just go straight on over to the subway trains.
Wanna lift?
Now, essentially, this is just one big waste of time on the subway train. You're just essentially fighting lizards endlessly until you get from point A to point B. And actually, found a really cool method to get through it without taking too much damage. At least I think I remember how to do it.
Hang on, partner.
It involved grabbing one of the lizards.
To the next stop.
I know 2 methods.
I'm already at full health.
Pretty sure if you just do this. If you just keep doing this, none of the other lizards should attack you.
I'm already at full health.
You're also in a pretty good position to keep getting web cartridges and health. So, literally, you just do this for like 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. I think it takes a little bit longer on the harder difficulties, but it can't be by a massive amount, because it's still decently long even on this difficulty. But it's not too bad.
I'm already at full
Obviously,
health.
they expect you to actually fight the lizards, so there's a little bit more entertainment to get out of that.
I'm already at full health.
But we get to hear the meme line a lot, so that's fun, right?
I'm already at full health.
Yeah, he's already at full health, guys. Aren't you having fun? Isn't this great? Alternatively, you could just keep jumping too, but every now and then they might get you with a pot shot if you do that. This is a little bit safer. So yeah, we're just giving hugs to this guy. We really like this particular lizard. He's just a cool, just a handsome, charming little fella.
Mary Jane's at the next stop, Spidey.
All the other dudes, they're pretty chill, man. They're just waiting in line. They want to get a hug too. Oh, hopefully I'm not too close here. Oh, that was funny. Did you see him glitch right there? That was cool. Oh, I grabbed his waist. That was a little... Ooh. Little TOS right there, huh? Oh, Spider-Man. Relax, buddy. It's been a while. He hasn't seen Mary Jane in a minute, okay? Spider-Man is confirmed to scale. Anyway, just keep grabbing this guy. We're almost there. Taking no damage, which is good, because going into this next part with the spider armor is dopeness. They do eventually take it away from you, though, which is kind of lame. But at least I think they do. Oh, maybe I get to keep it through the rest of the game if I'm careful. So yeah, that's a nice little way to get through this section without taking any damage. Here we got LTG Venom.
Oh no!
Got to stop falling for us, Parker.
I mean, he just hit him with the "you should end yourself now."
Where am I now? Venom is going.
Oh! Yeah, every now and then they still get me with those stupid spitballs. Big green spitballs. I think over here we have some stuff. Yeah, we got some health, another web card, and a comic book. Maybe by the end of this, I'll get a video and try and look up where the other comic books that I missed are. So right here, I'm stopping because actually, if I go far enough, I don't even think they'll. Okay, they're just gonna stand there and camp. Lizards are certified campers. I don't think... Yeah, you cannot web these guys or the symbiotes later on up. So the usual web them up method doesn't really work. So here we have another place that a lot of speedrunners will glitch through. You can actually... I know for a fact you can use the L1 targeting mode and kind of get it to a point where it'll shoot past the gate. But you could also just, you could kind of just fudge it. Oh, shoot. Ugh. I remember where specifically the point went. I think I almost got it there, huh? I mean, this skips so much. This skips the whole level. Good shot. I got it. I swear I got it. I've gotten it multiple times before. Brr. I'm not lying, I swear. I promise I've gotten it before. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Shit. This gravy. Man, I usually get it right away. That sucks. I'm only restarting because I want my carts back.
Where am I now? Big time.
He said, watch me do the same thing as you, asshole. Wait, do I have to recollect that comic? I bet I do. Oh, he got me! So yeah, obviously, it's easy to break out of, but it's a little scary when it happens. It starts chomping on your shoulder.
I'm already at full health.
That's so cool how they drop down from the ceiling. I wonder, is it like towards the top maybe? Oh, sweet, I got it. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I'll save. Yeah, normally when you go through that, you have to go through this whole like part of the sewage system where you got to drain the water, then you got to flip a bunch of switches. So I always do that just because it skips so much of the level and it's really boring. Plus, it's cool to show off some speedrun stuff. So there's another speedrun thing that I know about here, but I'm very inconsistent with getting it to work. So what you do is, see how that area is grayed out? What you want to do is kind of like get as close as you can, and then you turn your camera to kind of get out of bounds. In fact, I don't even think maybe I'm not close enough? I don't know. But if you do that... No, I didn't get it. Hold on. There's two ways to get it that I know of, but this is the easiest one. Yeah. I think I got it. Really want to try and get into this corner here. Yeah, like that. Where you fall out of bounds, and you're supposed to hit the trigger, which I failed to do. But since I failed it the first time, I'm just not even going to bother. There's another way that you can do it. If you land right here, you can... Yeah, you can kind of see how it's supposed to work. Same kind of idea, but instead of landing where I did... Oh, I thought I had it! Oh my god, hold on. Now I gotta try and get it. Because the hardest part for me is just landing right where that trigger is. It's gonna be right there where my cursor is, because that's where the door is. But half the time, I never get it. See, I was so close to it. All right, let's see if I can get it, because if I can, that'll be a dub, huge dub right there. Let me try, and maybe I can do it from this part of those generators. It's not okay. Oh no, I hit the death trigger instead. God damn it. Oh well. I'll try one more time, and if I can't get it, I'll just move on. Whoa. Whoa. No. Oh. Whew. Yeah, obviously it's a little finicky. Come on, let me in there. You know you want to, game. Let me try this method one more time. Right there. Oh. Oh, I went back inbound. No! Right in that corner. Oh. Yet. I'm never gonna get it again. Damn it. No! Oh, man. Almost getting it. It's tantalizing, man. One more time, one more time. I know I keep saying that. I'm like addicted. Yeah, I know I've ended up just wasting more time doing this, but... Right there or so. Oh my god, the camera. I think I actually just went back. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I had a way easier time doing this on console. I don't know why. Because I know I've definitely done it on there. This method one more time, I guess. Okay, forget it. I wanted it so bad. But it's just not giving it to me. It killed me instead. I should have taken that as a sign. What?
Feels like trouble's coming.
I mean, this section's short. It's not like it's long or anything. It's just... I really wanted to get it down. Whoa, buddy. What are you doing? Just crawl. Oh, hit that one already. Boom. Yeah, obviously just a really short section that I stretched out a little too long. Anyway, we got a very notoriously annoying part. water tunnel. So the timing is a lot tighter, and it is technically intended for you to jump down and press R2 to zip. The only problem is the collision is a little weird, and it doesn't always work. So you end up like trying to save yourself by spamming R1. Sometimes that doesn't always work, so you end up falling to your death pretty easily here.
Gotta keep moving.
And on hard mode, your timing is really tight. Here, they're super lenient. Like, I had more than enough time to make it through there. I mean, on kid mode, it's like the water never even rises. There's another speedrunning thing that I know about here, but it's really complicated. It involves going pretty far out of bounds just to accomplish, so I don't consider it even worth it to learn. It just feels like it'd be a lot more frustrating, but then again, I'm also not that great, I guess. So, depending on who you are, would be more worth it to... He just hit me with his nuts, by the way. Just straight up teabagged me while he was jumping over me. In case anybody missed it. And it's a good thing there's no fall damage, because that definitely would have killed me in any other game. Yeah, another cool thing that I forgot to mention, when you do the tether web and let the enemy hit you, you actually flinch. And if you do this, if you... Oh, wow. Whoa, he dodged it. That was cool. Alright, come here. Oh, damn it. If they hit you as you're jumping upwards, you do the damage animation. You don't take any damage, obviously. But, oh, come on, I really want to get it. Almost had it. Yeah, he pretty much headbutts him. So that's why he goes into that little stun animation. And you go over here and you hit this, and I think something spawns after you hit it. Yeah, another comic book.
Golden.
Sweet. So we got that one. I know where a good chunk of them are, but I don't know where all of them are. Web zip it to the next section. Hit yes. So this section is, it used to be hard when I was a kid, and then I realized you just need to hit 2 buttons.
Where are you?
I remember as a kid, I was like, fuck you, Venom, why did you have to do this stupid shit?
Mary Jane won't last much longer.
So they literally show you the right combination right there.
All of the sewer passes.
You notice that they don't even go to the other 2 buttons, because I'm pretty sure there's 4 total. Oh no, there's 3. But yeah, obviously all you want to do is hit that one.
Guess again.
And I think I can hit this one. Yeah, that one and that one.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Spidey.
This one's just here to throw you off.
There. That's the last switch.
Super easy puzzle. Really crazy looking level too. Obviously, it's just one giant drain. Massive drain in the... I mean, I believe it. It's New York, baby! Swing back up here. Weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parts of... Yeah, you can't crawl on a lot of parts of this level. I guess it makes sense. You wouldn't really need to be near the waterfall, but... it's just odd. I guess because they'd be slippery.
Come back here, Venom!
I love this. Like the darkness leading up into the tunnel crawl. And then Venom just spawns here. He doesn't even have a health bar. You can't do any real damage to him. Oh, he took my Spidey armor. And he just despawns and leaves. And he'll attack you if you go the wrong way when you're exploring the tunnels. They actually had a different texture. It was actually... No, it wasn't even just a different texture. It was 3D animated in some beta footage for this game. This water here. And it looked way better than this. Like, I mean, this still looks good for PS1 standards, don't get me wrong. But it looked really nice to have the 3D waves and stuff. I guess they did that just, you know, to help with performance. Because I could totally see how that would definitely slow it down. But you can definitely see, like, the seams and the textures and stuff. I mean, you can see that all over the place, but it's pretty noticeable with the water. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if that's like a texture for either one of the costumes or maybe even Venom himself. Just changed colors and stretched. Because that would be a good way to just reuse that asset. I used to make mods for this game, the PC version. I made my own costumes. Maybe I'll make those. Maybe I'll make those public again someday. That'd be pretty cool.
Starting to sweat here, Parker?
Well, I believe the lizard is. Go past him. Hopefully he doesn't grab me. Yeah, he just goes away. Just, oh, he's running away. Yep, here he is.
Knew it.
He's already in his talking animation.
Venom has imprisoned me and has taken my lair. Now he's using my lizard man against you.
How did he do that? Who knows?
He's also imprisoned that Parker woman.
Where is she?
She's in the lair at the end of the maze. There's only one way to get there. Go back along this tunnel and cross over 2 waterways. At the 3rd waterway, go right. Follow it around the corners, past the machinery, skip the first tunnel intersection, then go right at the next one. You will find the woman there.
He just like, okay, goodbye. And then that nets you another comic book.
Golden.
So we're gonna head back. Hopefully Venom doesn't spawn again. Fuck me. Looks like we're good. By the way, horribly fucking creepy ass lighting here. I mean, just come on. We're in fucking Silent Hill right now. Venom just spawns in, grabs your butt. If it was the lizard that spawned there instead of Venom, that would be horrifying. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot which way I came from. I think it was this way. Yeah. I was not paying attention. I didn't know if I turned around yet. Yeah, we're gonna go... keep going. It's sometimes worth it to go down there just because you get like health pickups and web cartridges. Not every time, but usually. I think there might be one over here.
Starting
No,
to
there isn't.
sweat here, Parker? You're on fire, baby.
Collapse. Keep going. Do not try to rush it. You will not make it. I know from first-hand experience. You may think you have enough time, but you don't.
Ooh, you're hot, baby.
Oh, is it... I think he said it was this middle one here. Oh, but there is a comic book in one of them, I think. Hold on. Let me see if there's a comic. I want to say it's on this right side here. Nope. Nope. You missed.
Get off that.
What? You're not supposed to do that. Okay, Venom is being a bitch. Okay, I could have sworn one of them had a comic book. I guess I'm just fucking wrong.
Not too far, little spider.
I knocked you off of the platform. You should have fallen into the water and drowned with your big ass.
My,
Guess I was wrong.
Send the spider to the smaller spider.
It's crazy that there was a script for a Venom movie around, like, just a little bit before this game in the 90s, before there was ever one for a Spider-Man movie.
You made it.
Venom.
I'd let you see your wifey poo, but she's in the back.
Y'all should look up the canceled Venom movie in the 90s. It actually has so many parallels to the last Venom movie that came out. I think they literally just reused the concept.
What do you say?
Because it's got Carnage and everything.
Let's finish this.
The symbiote's a loser on its home planet. It's the same exact shit. Same shit!
By the by, Parker, how long can Mary Jane hold her breath?
Oof. No! Oh.
Itsy spider.
I'm about to get slapped. Yeah. Get away. Come on, health, spawn.
Where are you?
Where the fuck? Oh, there you are. Hold on, let me get my bearings. Let me alone.
Get a breath, man.
Bro, you smell, dog. Yeah, when you do damage to him, he usually spawns a little bit quicker.
Far, little spider.
That, such a bitch-ass move, you know? For some reason, by the way, I don't know why they did this, but you're able to hit the switches yourself. And that's really annoying. Like, why would Spider-Man ever have that option?
Not too far, little spider.
Relax. Yeah, that's right, get stuck. Get your dumb ass.
Mary Jane looks a little thirsty.
Yeah! Bitch.
Why, Venom? Why did you come back?
Ah, never mind. That's the best cutscene in the game.
Spider-Man.
I did a fan dub of this. You should definitely check that out. It's a short on my YouTube.
This time.
You idiot! Think, Eddie. Think back to that day. I was with you in the crowd. An imposter Spider-Man was on stage. He burned both of us, and now we've been played against each other.
You're right, Parker.
Mary Jane!
We've got you. You and your wife are innocent, Parker. Our bad.
Our bad? Our bad? I'm gonna kill
Peter
you!
Parker! Get me out of here now!
Bummer. You're in the doghouse now, dude.
Coming, honey. So, we're partners, but only for now. After we bust those tech thieves, it's payback time for kidnapping.
Look at
my
those
wife.
hands.
Jeez, one little mistake. We
Look
said
at
we're
those
sorry.
hands.
Yeah, whatever.
I like how they got like a
Now,
weird scaly
Imposter was a
texture on the bottom
shapeshifter,
of them.
so that means it was either Mysterio or the Chameleon.
Hey, Chameleon was our idea. We thought of that.
Tell me this, Einstein. Who could have wanted to steal Octavius' technology?
Ooh, we know.
Who?
The Submariner,
Submariner? Get serious, will you?
the mighty Thor,
Are you out of your mind? Don't answer that.
Galactus.
God damn, he was
Get it,
thick.
Eddie.
You don't see his
I need
ass?
Jameson's help on this.
Holy
We're going to
moly.
the Bugle.
Jameson. We hate Jameson.
You bonehead.
It cheeked up on
I
a
wanna
Thursday
see
afternoon.
Jameson.
It
He
is
uses
Thursday
computer
too.
database.
Alas.
Ooh, are we gonna surf the web?
Here we go.
Let's just go, okay?
Okay, never mind. Every cutscene with Venom in it is just the best. He's dumb as bricks in this game, and I love it. Straight up think, like, well, I was gonna say that Tom Hardy Venom kind of was influenced by this, but this is kind of how Venom is in the comics. Like, a lot of people, like, complain about... They kind of complain about Venom being kind of goofy in those movies. But really? Venom is kind of goofy all the time in the comics. Like, I kind of didn't really like how he was handled in Marvel Spider-Man 2, where he was, like, hyper serious. Like, he was always just this really dark, kind of scary character. And he is kind of creepy, but he's still a goofball about it. Like, I don't know. He just cracks jokes when he's doing creepy stuff, and that's Venom to me. That's why I was like, man, they're making Harry Venom? I don't think that'll work.
Here it is.
Anyway.
The records room.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Yeah!
We don't have time.
Parker, wait, could it be?
If I had a beer, I'd take a swig just to that.
We sense our other.
Who? Since who?
It's our other, the symbiote known as Carnage. We must stop him.
Now?
Yes, now. We have no choice.
Wait, make more noise. I'm only breaking and entering here. Spider sense tingling. Now what? Spidey, whoever's behind all this. Got symbiotes.
Even the gooey, goopy, just gross design is terrifying.
These symbiotes must be looking for human hosts.
Plunging into battle with symbiotes other than Carnage and Venom? And hostages? Old Webhead's got his work cut out for him today.
But yeah, on the last stream I showed the beta design for these. And yeah, they were even more horrifying than this. I mean, I still think this is pretty gross looking, to be honest. But yeah, they were pretty nasty. The way they moved and the way they were supposed to attack, ugh. Like the sharp, like pointy dagger hands and feet. Yeah, you can pick up this whole desk. So this music that they're playing right now, they reuse in the zipline training levels. I'm pretty sure. In the training mode. This is probably my second favorite track in the game. It's the one I remember probably the most outside of the Get to the Bank, and obviously the opening credits. Like the creepy, eerie atmosphere, but also kind of like techno-y kind of vibe it has. It's dope. These guys are tough. They're the toughest, like, base enemy that you fight. Which naturally they should be. I mean, they're symbiotes. Even without hosts, they're pretty tough. In most media, when we see symbiotes, it's interesting. This is one of the first games I've ever seen, like, a symbiote have, like... I guess it probably did happen in the comics, but it's the first game I've ever seen where the symbiotes have a form without a host, and they actually, like, attack like that. Most of the time when you see symbiotes in some kind of media, they're just little tentacle balls that just move. They don't really have like a face or like appendages like they do in this game. I always thought that was kind of cool. Like the symbiotes don't really, they need the host, but they can survive if they have to,
Golden.
which is, you know, kind of interesting. The host just makes them stronger, but they're pretty tough on their own anyway, because I mean they're extraterrestrial like beings. I guess that doesn't technically have to make them strong, but still,
I've
it's
never
cool.
seen a place this empty.
I can get out of here now.
Alright, that was some bullshit. I should have been able to hit him. This is like the best way to deal with symbiotes without the fire. Is to just hop on their heads and just beat them to death. But, I mean, that doesn't really work very well when you're fighting a group of them. Actually, it might be okay. I'll try it in a bit. There's gonna be a section where there's multiple symbiotes on screen. And I might be able to get away with it. Got all these symbiotes crawling around in the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, I bet there are no symbiotes in here either.
If you turn on the air conditioning,
Yeah.
the fan will break me free. Please help me.
Capture him, and there we go, he's done. I love like how they exploded in chunks like that, and they still have some bits of the model on there. It's so cool. If you do this,
I
opens
won't
the
forget
AC,
this.
and now
Thank you.
everybody in here is safe. Although, look at this. Just a big old pile of symbiote goop. When you press it,
What is this stuff?
it's like, what the fuck is this? This is disgusting. These are also one of the only enemies you can actually fight on the ceiling, too. I mean, you can attack them on the ground. You can attack other enemies from the ceiling, but they're the only ones that'll come up there and bring the fight to you. It's so cool. They hit the hardest out of any enemy. He's done. Any health?
As if
Oh,
Carnage and Venom weren't enough.
there we go. Always check under stuff if you're low on health. Usually they'll have one spawn in. Same with web carts. Oh. Let's throw this at him. Oh, I thought he was over there. Where are you, bud? Come down. Wait, where are you? There you are. Guys. Agile little critters. You can usually get like 5 hits in. They'll usually throw you off, obviously. But, yeah, there we go. It takes about 9 hits. Well, probably more than that because I hit him a little bit before I hopped on his head. Just checking out this level because I actually don't remember if there's another comic in here. I don't think there is, though. I think we're good. 'Cause that was like editorial looking room. Yeah. I think we're good.
They seem to be coming from the basement.
It's interesting that the whole, like the whole ending part of this game takes place underneath the Daily Bugle. Oh wait, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. We go to a warehouse later. This is just where we find like the generators and stuff.
There are two things symbiotes hate. It's sonics and fire. And I'm fresh out of both. Guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
It came off. I feel like there's a comic book in here too. I don't know if every stage has a comic book.
The elevator stopped.
There's another elevator over here.
We need to get the elevator moving
I don't know if you can do anything with it though. Yeah, I think it just sits there. But there's a symbiote crawling up on that beam there. Let's see. Let's just check it out. Whoa! What the? Whoa, that elevator doesn't even have collision on it. That's crazy. him off. Oh shit, he might take my ass out first. Never mind. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Crawl to the top. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, he's definitely dead. They splatter all over the ground. I think this game isn't M-rated. Ah, fucking sniper. 8, 4, 5, jump. Ah, damn! Their fist attacks have a lot of reach. Gotta go up to the little openings up here. Get the elevator moving.
The elevator started again.
Oh, yes, I remember now. There is another comic book here. There's a second door that's supposed to mislead you and just pretty much waste your time. Oh, it's not a comic book, it's just health. Okay, I was wrong. Adrenaline Dragon, what's up? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, that's my floor.
This old Spider-Man game I remember. Yes, sir. The one and only. Well, not the only one, but the good one. Just kidding. Enter Electro's good. Just not as good as this. Yeah, it doesn't seem like when you grab them they do any damage. Oh, never mind. Immediately proven wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump off. Web. Get hit, because why not? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Spider sense tingling.
Oh,
Symbiotes
damn.
broke the cables.
Those motherfuckers, they almost killed me. I forgot that could happen.
I better try the other door.
Okay, you know what? Just gonna quit screwing around in here and just go to where I gotta go. I play... So my chat's a little... What the heck? Why is my... My chat supposed to be appearing on screen? I don't know why. Is it still there? Maybe because I don't have it up on Opera? Let me see. Screen. You said you played the new one last year? You mean... Ooh. You mean, Spider-Man 2 or the first game? Sorry for all the PS2 noises. Yeah, the Insomniac one. Okay. Dope. Okay, now my chat's appearing on screen. So yeah, I gotta keep the tab open. That's cool, man. You played the first one or the sequel? Finish saving. I've been modding the first game on PC because that game's got crazy mod support. A lot of people still... That shit's keeping it alive, honestly, even way past the sequel. Can't wait for the sequel to get ported to PC, Spider-Man 2.
A symbiote generator.
I preferred
this is
Spider-Man
how the
over the
symbiotes are
second
being
one.
created.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, in terms of gameplay mechanics, Spider-Man 2's way better, but I think story-wise, the first one's still really good. I like them both. I don't think they're bad games by any means. Or I don't think the second game's bad at all by any means, but I think the first one's honestly just perfect. Only thing that the second one has way bigger, or has on the... God, I cannot speak! There was something off with the story, like, why is Peter such a whiny wuss in the second one? I mean, contextually, it makes sense, but I can see why people get annoyed by it. I personally didn't mind it because, I mean, it did feel a little overplayed with like the MJ parts, I would say. Also, the bosses were way too long. No, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I think objectively the bosses were just way better. Like I mean, I can kind of see why you'd say they'd be a little long, but honestly, I think like there's enough content in the boss fight to kind of mix it up and be interesting. The lizard was a long boss fight, but that boss fight was dope. I have no problems with the boss fights. I think they were fine. I think the only one I could probably say got a little annoying was the Scream one, but honestly, like, if you know what you're doing, you can beat that boss relatively quickly. So, one cool effect, I'm going to show this death animation. When you fall into the printing press here, it prints a... Oh, it didn't show for some reason. I think maybe it's only in what if mode. But if you fall into the printing press with what if mode enabled, it prints Spider-Man onto the paper. Like, it has like a smushed model, or not a smushed model, but a 2D sprite.
Web attacks just aren't cutting it.
Come here. Wait, why am I even bothering with you fools? I don't need to fight you. I just need to destroy the generators. Let me check. So, are you new to streaming, or have you been doing this for a while? I've been streaming for a little bit. I mean, I used to do it more casually, like for a couple years, but I just recently kind of started doing it more consistently. I would still say I'm just doing it as a hobby, just because it's fun. I gotta get the magnesium. One of these you can pick up, but it's smaller. I gotta find it. I think it's that one.
Just one more.
And it'll have the magnesium under it? No, it's a comic book. Even better. Whoa, I forgot. How did I forget that?
Magnesium. Adding this to my
Yeah,
weapon.
streaming can be hard to fit in the schedule. You know, like work and school. Yeah. I'm at a point in my life where I want to start taking it way more seriously because I have more free time than ever
That's the last one.
right now. So
Bet there are
I
more
really want to
downstairs.
like put in the work to, you know, have fun streaming. I mean, I still want to enjoy it. Obviously, I'm not in it for the career because I mean I'm just doing this to play games I like and show them off and talk about them.
I gotta find out what's going on downstairs.
Because I mean, expecting to make a career off of this. I mean, I work occasionally. I just haven't been working as much lately. I'm still doing like some courses along with work. So
Whoever's
just in between all of that, I've had a lot more time to do what I want.
I'm already at full health.
Yeah. Well, it's they're private courses that I'm taking. I'm learning coding. Whoa! Back off, bud. Ah, don't get stuck on that.
That's cool.
Ooh,
It's a drive.
I just remembered a hidden thing. Forgot to mention this. If you web these... Let me get away from this guy first. I don't think he'll come through the... No, he will. Alright, I'm just gonna have to deal with him. Because he's just gonna keep bothering me. 3, 4, 5... Oh, God! This should kill him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, stop it! Just let me kill you, you big pile of shit. Come here. There. Alright. Awesome. I remember when I was in my early 20s doing university. Yeah. Yeah, it's just something to learn a different skill, I guess. And then... Oh, no. Can I not do it? You have to do these ones, too? I'm going to restart the level just so I can show it. Yeah, I'm 24.
The basement of the Daily Bugle. Whoever's controlling the generators has got to be down here.
You're 33. You missed your 20s? Come here. I like your style. Thank you. I appreciate that. Come here, bitch.
My trap webbing doesn't seem to work on these guys.
See here, games. Nice niche happening. Yeah. I mean, I don't see a lot of people ever stream this game, and that's always kind of sad because this game's super, super good. Like, honestly, I would say it's like one of the top, at least top 10. 5 on the PS1. Even though it kind of came out later in its life cycle. 5. Like, I would say this is up there with Metal Gear Solid and like Silent Hill and stuff. Like, it's just as good quality. They just nailed the Spider-Man character so much, in my opinion. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, so you want to hit that. Hit this. And hit that. There you go. You get some magnesium, and you get another comic. That makes dealing with these guys a lot easier. You can just light them on fire. A weakness they got rid of in Marvel Spider-Man 2. The symbiote is only affected by Sonics. So you have any goals for streaming this year?
That's cool. It's a dry heat.
I like to keep my expectations low.
Where'd he come from?
I mean, obviously, I'd like to grow. I mean, you're already helping me with one of them. You're interacting with me in my chat, which, honestly, just to have somebody do that is huge for me. But I guess if I had to pick something, I guess it would just to be have a pretty consistent community that shows up for my streams. I know what a TED chat is like. Yeah, it's it can be a bit discouraging, but I try to look past it and just enjoy the game. This is a hidden wall. I don't know how they expected anybody to figure that out, but yeah.
I can't carry any more cartridges.
Maxed out on cartridges, baby. Now we're going to the most annoying. What types of other games do you like playing? Whoa!
The imposter.
That is not supposed to happen. Wow. I've never seen that. I didn't know you could swing past the trigger for that. That's crazy.
Me. And stole the technology.
It's a imposter. It's a whole thing. So basically, there was a big piece of tech at this big science expo that Doc Ock was hosting, and imposter Spider-Man showed up and stole the technology, and he's framing Spider-Man. That's like the whole beginning plot of this game. To give Spider-Man a bad rap. Yes, finish.
I gotta say, you look just like
You're about to find out who it is.
You're more
The big twist.
back alley than
But I play all kinds of different games. Puzzle games, action adventures. I dabble with RPGs every now and then. But I almost never finish RPGs because they're just too fucking long. Multiplayer? Not really. I'm just not a fan of multiplayer games as I've gotten older.
Is it too late for us to be friends?
Welcome to your nightmare, Spider-Man!
Oh, jeez.
Conduits look like the source of his power.
Hopefully this won't give me too much trouble. It's usually not until we get to his nipple lasers that I struggle.
Dude, capes are out this year.
You think you've beaten me? Think again, Spider-Man.
Just spam it, man. Oh! Oh, how did I not get hit by that? That's crazy.
People, Mysterio.
Come on. Okay. Wow, this is significantly easier than how it usually goes. On hard, I swear I died to that a million
Taking
times.
that giant act to Vegas instead.
Curse your endless babble, Spider-Man!
Speaking of babble, let's hear it. Who's behind all this?
I'll never tell you.
I love how angry Spider-Man gets here.
May be defeated, but the symbiote invasion cannot be stopped.
Symbiote invasion? There are more of them?
You fool!
This is
There
such
will be
good
more than
acting
you
by
can
Rino
imagine.
Romano. This is why he is the best.
The city is preparing everyone in New York for symbiosis.
You're the fool, Mysterio.
Oh god, just a
Where are they coming
straight
from?
fucking scrapper.
On the waterfront.
Fuck your stupid helmet, buddy.
65. A secret passage. If only I could watch them destroy you.
Whoever your boss is, he's off his rocker. No one can control the symbiotes.
Correction. No one before now.
I guess the only real
Propaganda,
multiplayer
okay?
games I
This
play
isn't a game,
are
Mysterio. The
like
symbiotes
just
will destroy
Minecraft,
everything
Lethal
in their
Company,
path
just
unless
chill
I can
games.
stop
I don't
them.
really play like I tried playing Helldivers, right? And I played that on a buddy of mine's stream. I can't get into games like that, man. Like it's okay, like they're not what the hell? Juicy Pizza. I see the emote. Dragon told me this was a cool spot. Well, welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Anyway, what I was saying is I tried playing Helldivers, and I mean, the game, the base game is fun, but I like just joining random people's games and just, if I can, I try to play solo, but I don't know. I've never been too good at like teamwork-based games. I just kind of like chilling and vibing and kind of just completing an objective with a friend. Like a simple game. I don't know. Because I feel like it gets a little too competitive after a while. Everybody's like, it's like, why didn't you do it?
I'm here, Frank. What's up?
Spider-Man's here, Microchip.
What range?
100 yards, maybe. Easy shot.
Very funny, Frank.
I mean, I played Fortnite for a little bit with my cousin, and that was pretty fun. But he's a chill guy, so.
Took out my scope.
Hey, tough guy. Sorry about that expensive
My favorite
lens.
superheroes.
Something tells me we have the same
Spider-Man's
objective.
obviously my number one goat.
That's the
Always,
warehouse.
always has been, always will be.
Team up. You cover my back.
I guess I'll give you a top 3. Number 2 would probably have to be Batman. I really like
Fair enough.
how he's really similar to Spider-Man, but he's completely different way of going about it. And number 3, probably Invincible. The Spider-Man is the best. I agree, 100%.
Waterfront warehouse. Although I'm guessing that this particular warehouse has a bit more in store for the webhead than even
But
he
yeah,
can imagine.
Oh,
yeah, number 3 would probably have to be Invincible.
Looks like the old
Yes, you should. It's very good. Also, read the comic, please. Comic needs more support.
Flammable.
I read the comic before I actually watched the Amazon series, before it was even out. And, god damn, it's good. It tackles just so many themes that, like, no other superhero media does. At least not very often. Cartoony art always ages well. I agree. This game has such a good art style, in my opinion, that even though it has, like, these low-res textures... And, of course, this was semi-remade for the Dreamcast with higher resolution textures, but, you know, even then, I still think the PS1 version of this game just looks great. Like, this looks so well made. And granted, it came out really late in the PS1's life cycle. But still, I mean, that just goes to show, like, what you could accomplish with the system if you know, put in the work. There's a reason why so many people want to emulate the PS1 art style in, like, modern video games. It's usually used for horror, but... So I think even... You could make an action-adventure game with this aesthetic, and it'd probably do pretty well.
I'm already at full health.
It's a really high-end PS1 game. Yes.
Ah,
Like,
looks like a hidden passage.
I was saying earlier, I think in terms of quality, this is up there with Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid. Like, it's comparable.
More generators. They'll have to go. Golden.
Favorite games of all time. I would say if I had to pick a game that it's the only game I could ever play, and this is what I always default to, is Resident Evil 4. I feel like that game is just amazing, and I could replay it over and over again and not get bored.
Except for the generators. Time to
Yeah,
get
Resident
to
Evil 4 is
fireplace.
the original, by the way, not the remake. I love the remake, don't get me wrong, but it was never going to be better than the original. You could never beat that. The show's way better. It's not even like I wouldn't even say it's like in terms of quality, because there are things that are just objectively better about the remake, like the fact that you can actually move and shoot. But like the atmosphere that the original game, I had it on PS2, but I did play it later on GameCube. Just the atmosphere that the original game had on like that old GameCube, and like playing it on a CRT, and just like that old, I don't know, old aesthetic. It's just an amazing game. Like the music, the original sound effects. It was such a product of the era, of its time.
Spider sense tingling.
So I guess for me it is mostly nostalgia that I prefer the original, but I don't care. ESH, who needs to move? What? Oh. Talking about the moving while shooting. No, I love the tank controls in the original. I feel like they were
This is it.
way more...
Well, look what I found.
I think it's just a better game personally. I couldn't even like pinpoint what I like more about it
Golden.
from a gameplay perspective.
This place blows.
Good one. What do you think about it, like, mechanically makes it better than the remake? Because I am kind of curious, maybe it'll give me some ideas. I guess I kind of like the way the selling selling to the merchant works in the original a bit better. I think not being able to move and shoot makes it more tense. Yeah, I could kind of see that. The atmosphere is just superior. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Whereas, I don't know, just the color palette is different. It's just more, overall, just a scarier vibe.
Geronimo!
I like the way the selling system works. I get why they did it in the remake. It's to just add more. Whoa,
What a rush!
what the hell's going on with the textures? They did it to like add more replayability, but they should have just kept it simple. They took out the fucking beer stein, which was in the farm area, if you remember. Can't believe they got rid of that.
You gotta be kidding.
Oh god.
Okay, recap. A couple of 100 feet underwater, electrified
I like it
floors and
being kind of
walls,
goofy too.
and
Yeah,
turrets going
that is
straight
something I
at
do
me.
like. Chad Leon in the original, where he doesn't have like the emotional trauma from RE2, is it's just way more fun. I guess that's really what it is. The game just felt more fun to play. It didn't take itself too seriously like the remake. Even though the story,
Hey,
the story is
Someone's
always
eye
just
out
gonna
with
be
that.
just really Hollywood movie kind of trashy, but it's kind of charming for that reason.
Bill
American busts into smelly old European town and saves the day. Like, it's so cheesy, but it's great for it. It's really true. You know what? That's what it is. It's true to the B-movie, like, horror / action flicks that the old Resident Evil games had, where they had, like, the really kind of cringe acting. Whether the voice acting was good or not, it was always kind of like superhero, kind of Marvel-esque cringe acting and lines. And it was always just like goofy, fun times throughout the whole game. Like, oh man. I mean, if you play the old Resident Evil games, even like the quote-unquote horror aspect was just kind of goofy. Even in the remake for Resident Evil 1, like, it's just kind of a silly game. The Jill sandwich line, I mean, it's filled with iconic, just funny-ass lines. Resident Evil is one of my favorite franchises. Me too, man. I love Resident Evil.
The bill for this place must be enormous. And I thought crime didn't pay.
This is a way to get another comic book all the way back over here. You gotta swing all the way back to this area. Wow, I thought I died there. I don't know why. Whoa. This shit's not even gonna be worth it. Is the floor not electrified? I guess, no, I'm not gonna test it. What a mansion. Take a look at this. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Best voice acting ever, agreed. Barry is the fucking GOAT.
Golden.
Oh, come on. Get it! Yeah! Me and Juicy are from a Discord community that have really awesome people that play various games like you. We think it would be a great fit for our community and more people play together. Are you interested in joining us? Yeah. You can send a Discord link if you want. Or if you want, I can add you or whatever you want to do. Jump in. We won't offer you. We won't offer you art. What do you mean by that? Jesus fuck. Leave me alone. No, I died. Fuck. Whisper's blocked. Just send me a message on there and I can send the link. I have Whispers blocked, really? A lot of art scammers right now on Twitch. Oh, I didn't even know about that. That's crazy. Let me open up Twitch. If you want to add my Twitch, it's just I'm sorry, my Discord. Well, hang on, let me make sure capitalization and shit. I don't even remember. Switch. I'll just do that. Just add Lord Jovi, no caps. Just add that on Discord. Oh, I don't care if my Discord's made public. I mean, I think you guys are the only two people here, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh god, leave me alone.
Hey, you could put someone's eye out with that. Who built this place?
Alright, I'll add you on Discord and send you a link there. Okay.
I'm getting a feeling somebody
Damn,
doesn't
I
want
hate
me
this
here.
level. It's so annoying. Funny enough, though, on easy and kid mode, they give you a path to walk on and just bypass the swinging portion of this.
Okay, quit shooting the lasers.
You can destroy them, but it's not worth it. You'll just usually end up getting smacked by another one. Alright, I got the message. Just get through this real quick. Alright, go ahead and send the link now if you want. Save game. Coming up on the end of the game here. I also, just so you guys know, I have a YouTube channel.
This must be where the fog is coming
Just
from.
called Lord Jovi on YouTube, or just you could probably type it in if you find Jovi, but I'm sure you'll see other people on there with that same username. So just look up Lord Jovi. I could put a link to it in the chat if you guys want, if you want to check it out. Trying to get okay, you can see the link. I forgot I had it on there. What am I doing? I do not need to be fighting these bozos. Yes, check out my YouTube channel. I do be posting on there every now and then. I recently just came back from a break, so the Madness Nation. Alright, I'm joining it now. Complete. Read the rules, I agree. Okay. I am now in the thingy. Okay. Okay, I want to get to the top of here before they attack me. Leave me alone. Stop! No.
Haven't used the Spidey armor much before.
Got any other superhero games lined up? I mean, I'll probably play Arkham Knight. I don't know if I'll do it this stream, but I plan on doing it. What about that Suicide? I am not touching that game. That game is garbo. I'll play Jersey Devil on the PS1 way before I play that.
We have a winner.
Spider-Man!
The Arkham
I'm
games
so
are great.
happy to
Whoa,
see
what's
you.
going on with your titties?
Black Cat, what are you doing? Who's behind? What's going on here?
Okay, they fixed
Your guess
themselves.
is as good as mine. The guys in the ambulance must have drugged me because the next thing I knew, I woke up here. You gotta get me out of here.
Okay, Cat, but
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Damn it. I hit that. Get the fort rooms unlocked. Assume we play Metal Gear Solid as it's yes. Oh my god, I forgot I still had it in the tags. Yeah. I was playing it yesterday. I was trying to go for a big boss run, which failed horribly.
step in the right direction, but not enough pressure.
I was playing the original.
Almost. Sucker is ready to blow.
I swear, I update the shit on Twitch, and half the time it never populates on, like, the actual website.
Yes, that does it.
Thanks, Spider. Whatever you did, it worked.
Hey, what else is a Spider-Man for? You go and get some help, Cat. I'll find out who's behind all this.
From the
You got
UK?
it. I'll be back.
What part? What part of the UK are you from? UV. There we go. Yo, we get the big plot twist of the game. The second big plot twist. We thought Doc Ock was... I guess it's not that big of a plot twist because you could see it coming from a mile away. Doc Ock was supposed to be good, but he's not.
Control the symbiote, Spider-Man.
Doc Ock?
We will work as one. It is a new world. Humanity needs the skills that my technology will give them. Symbiosis is the only way.
I should have known a reformed Doc Ock was too good to be true.
A perfect world order. Those who cannot share my vision will be crushed by it.
It's Red Venom.
Speaking of crushed, it's showtime, freaks. Ooh, I smell bad symbiote.
Oh, you can see the outline of his teeth texture. That's crazy. They are duking it out.
Alone at last.
Let us end this, Spider-Man. You will never get past my barrier, Spider-Man.
He's right. I need to find
So
some way
we
to
were
drop power
talking about
away
this
from
the last stream I did of this. The original concept art for this design of Doc Ock, he had 3D model tentacles, but here they are just 2D textures with like a small 3D, might be 3D, I don't know, with a small 3D on the actual like, I don't know, hand part. I don't know what you would call that. Like you said, this is what a super late PS1 game. Yeah. A lot of textures and cool stuff going on here.
One more should do it.
I gotta show off the what if mode when I'm done here. I'll play it on easy mode so I can get through it quickly, but this level is crazy. Speedrun tech right there. Get his health down really low. It's the quickest way to do it. No, the comic that was... I gotta get this. It's not too far from it. The Dreamcast version pretty much is like what... Because this game was gonna get remade for the PS2. But it ended up getting ported to Dreamcast. But, I mean, I pretty much consider that a PS2 version. I can show off some gameplay for that version after this. Just, I won't go through the whole game again. Or maybe, oh, you know, that would be a good idea to do what if mode on that. Weaker PS2. Actually, there are some components that are a little bit stronger in the Dreamcast. I'm pretty sure it was capable of outputting higher resolution textures, but when it came to like performance and stuff, like in actual gameplay, it wasn't as good. As far as I know.
That's it. Time to pay the
I could be
piper,
wrong.
Ock. Uh-oh. Looks like his shield is regenerated.
Get that. No, it's... Oh my god. PS2 couldn't do that. Yeah, I don't even remember what the max res of PS2 could output at.
You will never get past my barrier, Spider-Man.
He's right. I need to find some way to draw power away from his shield. Yes, his shield is drawing power from his. But I still need to draw more power.
Also, I had more VRAM. I'm actually one of the few people in the US that actually had a goddamn Dreamcast. I had both.
It's working. One more should do it.
I don't have it anymore, sadly. The thing is long gone.
That's it. Time to pay the piper, Ock. Uh-oh. Looks like his shield is regenerated.
Oh, I guess I did pick up the... Yeah, because it didn't spawn again, so I guess I picked it up. Ow. I played my PS2 a lot more than Dreamcast. The only thing I played on Dreamcast was Sonic Adventure. Which sucks because Dreamcast actually had some really cool games on it. Really good ports, too. It had a quote-unquote superior port of this game, even though I kind of like the PS1 textures of this. And it had a good port of Resident Evil 2 on it. Not his stupid ass. Alright, we got one more big boss, and then we're pretty much done. All we have to do is run away from Monster Rock at the end.
But then, this way.
One down, one to go. Wonder how Venom's
It's horrifying.
Eddie, are you alright? Talk to me.
Alright, cool, Dragon. Sounds good.
You say?
Fucking psycho.
That's a sonic bubble in the middle of the room. Seeing as how the only two things that seem...
No, I didn't... Damn it, I thought he would continue the dialogue. But this boss fight, easiest one in the game. Just kick him there. Oh, I do want that though.
Down for good this time.
Bet you weren't expecting that!
Come here. Come on, dude. You're not... Okay, that was a misinput. Misinput! Kick him in there. Dude.
Nice try!
There. And you just literally web this guy in the Sonic bubble. This is all you gotta do.
Take that, Carnage!
I hope I have the Dreamcast version of this game downloaded. That would be embarrassing. And he's done. Right. Now we got the last encounter in this game. It's not even a boss fight because you can't fight him. He's just too damn powerful. And he's huge. You're about to see him.
You are a born loser, Cletus Cassidy. Like I told Mysterio, no one can control the symbiotes. No one I've met anyway. Take a breather, Spidey. It's over. Well, just another day in the life. Whoa! What the? Is that Ock?
Oh, fuck. So the Carnage symbiote bonds Doc Ock. And this dude's just a monster. I love his beta design way more than this, though. Oh, looks a lot better now. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. It's just fuck the textures. Sorry, let me look. Unime Vivo? I think that's how you say it. Uniame? I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that. But, yeah, it's pretty scary. It's a... Oh. Okay, I got it.
The vent goes up here. I need to press R1
Oh, God.
to line up quickly.
Okay, okay. I need to fix that because it's gonna fuck with me. Is it that? It might be that. Those? Okay, I think I might have got it.
Let off.
Let's zip up. Sorry, I'm trying to look at chat and do this, and it's hard. I mean, thankfully this is on normal, so it's not too bad. Whoa.
Swinging Spidey. This thing's unstoppable.
Up. Perfect. Horrifying ass voice lines here. There's actually one voice line in which it's Doc Ock's voice, and he says it's not over yet, which is it. I don't care what anybody says, and nobody's ever mentioned this in any review I've seen of this or any playthrough of that. That is 100% a reference to Metal Gear Solid with Liquid. If any of y'all have remember playing the original MGS or have played it, I know one of you mentioned the tag earlier. That he says that in the final boss fight with him when you're chasing. Yeah, you played it. MGS1. He says, "Snake, it's not over yet," and that's there's no way it's not a reference to that. I mean, same kind of situation where you're huge final boss, or not even a final boss, but just like running away. Epic finale. No way it's not. I mean, the most prolific game on the PS1.
Almost there.
There he goes. He said it. I'm about to die, but that's fine. I just wanted to get the comic. Behind helicopters, a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that. What am I thinking? That's definitely the the biggest game on the PS1. MGS has to be second. It's got to be up there. I should play Final Fantasy VII. I never did finish the original. I just don't play a lot of JRPGs.
The vent goes up here. Press R1 to zip line up quickly.
I don't play a lot of RPGs, period. I play some action RPGs, but the only one I've ever like finished to recent memory is Elden Ring.
Let off.
Even then, I low-key kind of cheated at the end, so it wasn't a real victory, to be honest. I mean, it's not like I'm completely against JRPGs. I mean, I finished Persona 5, and I played a lot of Persona 3, but I didn't finish it. My attention span is shorter. Yes. Yeah, I mean, they're like usually 80 to 100 hour games, especially Persona. Oh my god.
Stay away from me.
And if you're going for everything, that can take even longer. Especially, oh my, and if a JRPG has multiple endings, it really kind of low-key pisses me off, because it's like, yeah, play this 100+ hour game again to get the true ending. I'm like, fuck you, man. I didn't make saves. So I usually try not to look stuff up. I don't want story spoilers, but I didn't know there were multiple endings. Why'd you do this to me? Would have made a save if I had known. That pissed me off with Persona 5. I got the good ending, but I didn't get like the true ending. Persona 5 Royal, I mean. Oh my god, get away from me! This is the end. Wait, no, it's not. We got, what, 2 more? Yeah.
Level 1! On the home Stretch, baby.
He really speeds up here. He's got rubber band AI though, so he'll slow down. Yep, that's the end of it. That's Spider-Man 2000, completely beaten, full in-depth playthrough.
Oh no, Ock! After all that, it was the symbiote that saved Ock.
I've still got a few small things I want to show off.
Kidding. Perfect.
Yes, I've seen the Spider-Verse movies. Cross the Spider-Verse was like the best thing that's happened in movies ever. But a lot of people say it's the worst too because of the whole multiverse shit. Everybody's doing it these days.
Looks like just in time.
Hey, Spidey, can you get us Captain America's autograph?
Oh, brother.
Punisher, do you have any threes?
Go fish. So, nice of you to join us for once, Spidey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was out saving the world. Beating you guys at cards ought to be pretty easy.
Favorite Marvel movie?
Spider sense won't save you. Look who's talking, Daredevil. You've been looking at my cards all
the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Your bluffs are so...
I sometimes just put that on in the background just to have something on.
This a nice, friendly, clean game.
Who keeps
Avengers
inviting
Infinity War.
this guy?
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Keep it down.
Hey, loosen up, kids.
And then Endgame was kind of mid in my opinion, and then every movie after that has been so shit.
Hold on. Time out. All of you guys.
Including Spider-Man.
And you still couldn't
I'm not gonna lie,
Spider-Man.
No Way Home is awesome fan service. Like, it's got really great moments, but as a movie, that movie is just
knows you can't control the symbiote.
kind of meh.
Hey, wait! So,
I do love seeing Toby come back and Andrew and stuff.
and he's an
Like, the story is kind of not very well written.
So, Rhino, you got any threes?
Do you not enjoy Toby? No, I do. I enjoyed having them come back. It was just... The whole idea for the plot, like, why it happened is just kind of dumb to me. The fact that he didn't get to go to college or some shit. I feel like they could have had a cooler way to do it, you know?
Wait a minute, I made a mistake.
A lot of the scrap stuff I like. That is Rhino. And I do think the symbiote. And I do think the No Way Home, like the ending suit that Tom has, is one of the best. Spider-Man 2. No, there was. Yeah, based on the movie, yeah. Yep, they sure did. It's made in the same engine as Pro Skater. Neversoft. Yeah. Exactly why. There's a lot of references to... I mean, there will be like TVs in this game that show Pro Skater 2 footage. And Spider-Man, there's like a billboard. I mentioned this in the last stream I did of this. There's a billboard with Pro Skater 2 advertised on it. And Spider-Man will be like, "Hey, Tony Hawk, I skated with that guy." Which I always thought was really funny. Look at how many people Bradley Baker played in this. Daredevil, the Lizard, Carnage, JJ. Darren Norris did a bunch of the cast too. He's the voice actor for Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents. And he did Venom. That's crazy. Dreamcast version. It's slightly nicer visually. The only thing I don't like about the Dreamcast version, and this is just a nitpick, I don't like the way the costume looks. I feel like it's way too bright. Like the colors on it are like way brighter than what they have on this. and his eyes are way too far apart. But other than that, yeah, I would say for the most part it's the better version. It performs better, it looks better, but I still always prefer playing this because it's what I grew up with. Yeah, I have a few more things I want to show off when we're done looking at the... Chad thanks Mom, Dad, and Chris. My family, T, my Buick, the League of Gentlemen. Oh, somebody had a kid during development, July 10th. That's only 8 days before my birthday. Well, I was born in 99, but July 18th for me. It's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the Dreamcast version, a technically superior, but I always end up... Yeah, same kind of thing for me. Until next time, true believers! Okay, so after you beat the game once on normal, you can use the symbiote suit, and what's actually cool, they had suit powers in this game for each suit. So one of the cool things about the symbiote is you don't run out of web fluid. So you can go through the whole game again with unlimited webbing. And you could also... Let me see how many of the comics I actually ended up getting. Alright, I got a good chunk of them. Let's go through some of them. I went through all of these ones. I'm going to put in the cheat code that unlocks everything, because I don't want to replay through the whole game again. And then we'll take a look at what if mode, but I might do that on the Dreamcast port, just so I could show off some of the graphical differences. Yes, okay, I do have the Dreamcast version. I have some mods for that, too. I can show some of those off, but, yeah, we'll take a look. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man number 42. Lured to the Statue of Liberty by a false message from the Human Torch, Spider-Man is ambushed by the Frightful Four. The Sandman, Electro, Wizard, and the Trapster all have a score to settle with Spidey, and when they're done, the Fantastic Four are next. Well, that actually kind of sounds like the like where the ending to No Way Home kind of took place. New modes, collectibles. Yeah, we have a couple cool things. We also have costumes. We'll take a look at those too. But I like to go through the comic books just for the history. Just kind of like, you know what? Let me go ahead and put in the cheat code. So the cheat code for this game to unlock everything is Eel Nats. What does that spell backwards, people? What does that spell backwards? Let me see it in the chat before I hit this button. Yes, sir. Well, I know you meant to put in Stan Lee. There we go. Yeah, but that unlocks everything. Then, alright, do you guys want to see me go through the costumes first, or the comics first? Because the costumes have unique dialogue for each one, narrated by Stan Lee. Costumes. Okay, bet. Alright, costumes. So, I guess we'll start with the original. Oh, wait, does he not narrate? I thought he did. Or no, he narrates this one in the character viewer. What? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the sequel. Maybe he only does that in the sequel? Oh, no. Wow, these are in Spider-Verse? Yeah. Yeah, I get the symbiote costume. Like, I can use it in the game. I thought... I guess that's only in the sequel. Stan Lee narrates each of the costumes and like gives you information on where they're from. So here we got the 2099 Spider-Man suit, Miguel O'Hara. Obviously, you guys know him from Spider-Verse. I've known him for way before that. But I have a couple Spider-Verse Spider-Man 2099 comics. I have one that actually has the Hulk from that universe in it, and that one's a really gnarly looking design. He looks like a giant. He looks more like the Lizard than the Hulk to me, but that's 2099. Couple facts I know about him. His powers are actually not radiation based. They had Spider-Man's DNA on file in the future in 2099, and it got spliced into his DNA, so he's literally just half spider. He's got talons on his, like, the pads of his fingers that he can cut through pretty much anything with. And he doesn't have spider sense, but he has something called accelerated vision, in which he can see things going in slow motion. Like, he can react way before anybody else can. So it's kind of like spider sense, but not really. And typically, he has a cape, like a little web cape. But obviously, they didn't put that in here. Yeah, really, really popular variant of Spider-Man that a lot of people enjoy. Especially after Spider-Verse. There's a lot of thirst for this guy. You should show your Spider-Man comics on a webcam. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will one day. Symbiote Spider-Man. Obviously, symbiote is an alien that comes from the planet of the Clintar. Technically, if we're going to get hyper deep into the lore, symbiotes are what people on Earth call them, but they are actually the Clintar. And obviously they bond to hosts to benefit both, one feeding off of the host with its emotions and like things of that nature. It's dumb fake science, but it obviously also benefits the host because it gives them enhanced strength. Although in the original Spider-Man story, it didn't give him enhanced strength, and it did not give him anger, like emotional problems. All the symbiote did in the original comic book storyline was when Spider-Man went to it gave him unlimited webbing. It always did that. He never had to use his web shooters, but it also would take his body at night and have him fight crime in his sleep. So Peter was asleep, but the symbiote was fighting crime for him. And when he figured that out, he didn't want to wear it anymore. He was basically just being puppeted by the suit. And here we have Captain Universe. His game powers are... He's the most broken in the game. He's invulnerable, enhanced strength, and unlimited webbing. Also found it interesting that the game powers for Miguel were enhanced strength. So, because I guess technically at the time you could argue he was stronger than mainline Spider-Man. But anyway, Captain Universe. This is the power of the Enigma Force, which the whole lore behind it is that you don't know what it is, and it gets bestowed on people who are trying to change fate. You learn more about it in like other stories like X-Men and stuff. If you know about the Phoenix Force, it's like one of those types of overpowered. So, am I right that Spider-Man use of web shooters in the Sam Raimi movie is different than the other ones? Well, he doesn't use web shooters in the Sam Raimi movies. He just has organic webbing. That's pretty much what the symbiote grants him in the comics. He does get organic webbing in another storyline called The Other, where he like gives birth to... It's weird. He gives birth to himself again. I could explain it, but it's really complicated, and it kind of delves into a part of Spider-Man lore I don't really like, which is like the spider totems and stuff like that, because I feel like it's a little over convoluted and like mystic, and it's just kind of lame. But yeah. And then this is my favorite suit. It doesn't look that great in this game, but in the show it looks a lot better. Here we have the Spider-Man Unlimited suit. My main issue is that weird seam he has on top of his head. I don't know what's up with that, and the fact that they made what are supposed to be like the cell shaded parts of the costume blue, so it looks like he's wearing fucking a blue Speedo. I didn't really like that all that much. But normally, you said the costume looks slightly different in the Dreamcast version. Yeah. Because they're remodeled and everything. I'd say it looks somewhat better in the Dreamcast version, but not by much. I do like the eyes on this though. But yeah, it has that like. I feel like they just were so limited with the PS1 that they couldn't really show to maximum extent how good this suit is. Let me see if I can pull up a really good picture of it. Spider-Man Unlimited. Sorry for the PS2 sounds. Like I said, I have a extension or a mod on Opera that changes it to that. Let me pull up a good picture. These are so grainy. This one's okay. It's pretty big gravity. Yeah, no, it's a pretty decent leap. I mean, it's a whole nother generation. Pretty sure. Here we go. This is a really good picture of it. Copy it. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. Yeah, obviously, it doesn't look nearly as good. But, I mean, I appreciate that they at least tried. And it does have a unique spider power. It's the only one that does this, in this game anyway. Press the L2 button while in-game to toggle invisibility. So, on all of the, like, normal standard enemies, you can turn invisible and you can just go past them. Like, you don't have to fight them. So it has, like, a stealth mode, which is really cool. But yeah. Okay. Everybody loves seeing the Bagman suit come up. I never really got the appeal. It was always meant to be kind of just a joke, but people kind of unironically want this in every Spider-Man game. Why do all PS1 games have like warping textures? I don't even know. I remember hearing something about it, but it was a while ago. I think it had something to do with like the vertexes and like the seam lines of each texture, but I couldn't tell you. I'm not an expert. This is my favorite suit in this game though. Like in this game. I mean, my favorite like design normally is the Spider-Man Unlimited suit, but it does not look great in this game. My favorite suit in this game, like visually, is the Scarlet Spider suit because it just looks so good. And you unlock it. This is like one of the first suits you unlock. It's pretty different from the comics though. For example, it doesn't look like he's wearing a torn off hoodie here. It looks like he's wearing a big t-shirt or like a football jersey. And interestingly enough, the spider on his chest is not slanted like it is in the comics. It's just like a giant emblem. But I don't hate it. I kind of like the way this looks. This one's also really good. This translated really well. This is they call it the Ben Reilly suit, but this is what Ben Reilly wore when he was the Sensational Spider-Man. And this is what a lot of people kind of wish Spider-Man's suit became. Like if they had to get rid of like this, like if they had to make a new suit for the comics that stuck around, this is what a lot of people kind of wanted to have it replaced by. And I can see why. I mean, it's a great suit. It's a really good suit. Those new Sony Venom movies, did they not have the rights to Spider-Man? No, the Spider logo's not on Venom. I don't know how the rights issue worked. I just know they wanted to try and tell a story about Venom without Spider-Man, and in my opinion, that's why those movies suck. Because Venom literally just does not work as a character without Spider-Man. But they wanted to do something different. I'm pretty sure they could use Spider-Man if they wanted to. They just didn't. Here's an interesting one. The quick change suit. This is actually used. I used this for a challenge run in another video I did on YouTube. You only get 2 web cartridges max when you use this suit. You can't carry any more after that. You can only use those 2. And it's interesting. It's just the black suit texture on top of this model, which is the Peter Parker model, which is just horrid to look at. I mean, look at his face. It's also way lower poly than his actual.
Peter Parker's
I mean, that's clearly just a whole different model.
Peter Parker's
It's just a retextured version of the base suit. But yeah, that's all the costumes. Go, you know what? I'll rock the Ben Reilly. Let's see what else we got. Or we can look at the gallery, look at the comics. Ah, yes, the Death of Captain Stacy, Spider-Man #1. So this was adjectiveless Spider-Man. This issue tells the story of the death of Captain Stacy at the hands of Doc Ock. Captain Stacy was the father of Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man's first love. Gwen was killed by the Green Goblin back in issues number 121 and 122 of The Amazing Spider-Man. So, yeah, that's what The Amazing Spider-Man 2 adapted. Well, this is what The Amazing Spider-Man 1 adapted. This was a retelling of the death of Captain Stacy, who died in Spider-Man number, 91, I think? The Amazing Spider-Man number 91. This was a retelling of that. And yeah. Oh my god. This was the first appearance of the Spider Slayer. I remember this. This issue marks the first cameo appearance of Mary Jane Watson. Aunt May attempts to set Parker up on a blind date with the niece of her friend, Anna Watson. Peter is already dating somebody, Gwen Stacy. Although MJ is shown only briefly, it's enough to make Peter's current girlfriend feel very uneasy. So is The Amazing Spider-Man the original comics? Yes. This right here with Steve Ditko's art, if you see that Spider-Man up in the corner like that, that is the original Amazing Spider-Man run by Steve Ditko and Stan Lee. I believe they worked on I want to say the first 100 issues together. Or at least Ditko did up until probably the mid-30s, the artwork. And Stan Lee kept writing up until, I want to say, the first 100 issues. Yes, Spider-Man's run, his first official comic book run started in 1963, but his first appearance, this was Amazing Spider-Man #1. This was 1963, but his first appearance was in 1962 in Amazing Fantasy 15. I went over this one. Yes. First Daredevil appearance in Spider-Man as a teenager, Matt Murdock was struck in the eyes by material from a radioactive canister while saving an old man from being hit by a truck. Blinded by the incident, Murdock found that his senses had been magnified to superhuman levels and that he had acquired a radar sense more accurate than human sight. So, if you actually look, Venom showed up in the 90s. Or, hold on, let me confirm that, because I'm pretty sure they have Venom's... Oh, no, they don't. They don't even have Venom's first appearance in here. It was in Amazing Spider-Man number 299.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the Amazing... Easily one of Spider-Man's greatest foes of all time.
When did that release?
Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
299.
If you can't stand the heat. Stay out of the kitchen.
Oh, I'm wrong. It was 1988, so late 80s. Sorry. I did the ones on Green Goblin already. What's this one? I did that one. The first appearance and origin of the Rhino. So if you actually look here, okay, I was kind of wrong about the Steve Ditko thing here, because this, I can tell by the way Spidey's drawn, this was when the artist changed. So yeah, like I said, Steve Ditko stopped working on Spider-Man around, like, I want to say like issue 38 or 39, and they switched to John Romita Sr. I can tell by the way Spidey's drawn here, like the color choice as well. And actually, hold on. This right here. Yeah, oh wow, I was right. This was the first issue that John Romita Sr. Did the artwork on. And then from there, I don't know how far he went to. Lizard must be one of the... Yes. Yeah, he was in... I think they have his first appearance in here. He was during the Ditko era, I believe. Well, this is wow. That's actually surprising, because wow. The first appearance and the origin of the Lizard, Dr. Kurt Connors. This lab coat that he has right here, that's actually like a notorious like misprint. He's supposed to have a white lab coat, but this is a misprint. That's crazy. These are like super rare. This is like a really rare like variant of the comic. Assuming, I mean, unless that was just what happens when they compress the picture. I don't know. Dr. Kurt Connors is a scientist in the field of recombinant genetics, hoping to restore his missing arm. Dr. Connors develops a serum based on lizard DNA, thinking that a lizard's regenerative abilities will restore his lost arm. He lost his arm serving as a medic in Vietnam, I believe. Too well. The experiment works too well, and he's transformed into a mindless, rampaging lizard man. He's not entirely mindless. I wouldn't say that. That's debatable. He can kind of still think as a human. But it's definitely more primal. I like how in the new Spider-Man 2 he's forced to become the lizard. Yeah. That was such a fucked up scene. How they literally chained down a one-armed man in that scene. That was so fucked. Peter Parker, Spider-Man #1, reprint version A. Wow, they even specify the version that they used. Spider-Man series relaunch. This issue features the first appearance of the Ranger. The issue shows Parker taking pictures of a jailbreak being foiled by Spider-Man. Someone else has taken to wearing Spidey's costume, but isn't doing a very good job. Yeah, that must be the Chameleon. So this is what I was referring to earlier. This says here, it's really grainy and pixelated. You can't really see it, but it says, this issue, Spidey goes cosmic. So this was when Spider-Man got the power of the Enigma Force and became Captain Universe. It said, whenever humanity is threatened, the Enigma Force chooses a champion in which to grant the nearly limitless power of Captain Universe. This time Spider-Man is chosen, but an accident interrupts the transfer of power, leaving Spider-Man with cosmic power, but none of the awareness of Captain Universe. With the addition of romance artist John Romita, the world gets its first full look at Mary Jane Watson. Aunt May and Anna Watson have been trying to set these two. Oh, Aunt May and Mary Jane Watson have been trying to set these two up for a while. When Peter finally meets Mary Jane, she bursts onto the scene with the memorable line, "Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot." This is number 100, the 100th anniversary issue. In this issue, Parker again decides to give up being Spider-Man, and to that end concocts a potion that should strip him of his powers. Oh, this is what gives him the 6 arms, isn't it? Strip him of his power, takes the potion, which ends up mutating him even further. Upon waking from a state of delirium, Peter discovers that he has grown 4 new arms. Yes. There was an episode about that in the cartoon. Spider-Man No More. First appearance of the Kingpin. People that he is trying to help are afraid of him, and Aunt May has been sick for some time. This pushes Peter Parker to give up being Spider-Man, whose absence does not go unnoticed, particularly by a game leader named Wilson Fisk, who was the Kingpin. The world would later come to know him as the Kingpin of Crime. So yes, the Kingpin, so Miles Morales is a spin-off. Yeah, he was, but now he's part of the mainline universe. Now he's pretty much like canon, I guess. Spectacular Spider-Man number 229. As the Maximum Clonage storyline draws to a close, Peter and his clone, the Scarlet Spider, face a new Dr. Octopus while trying to find a cure for the radioactivity in the now pregnant Mary Jane's bloodstream. This actually is, there's an alternate reality in which what I just read there, trying to find a cure for the radioactivity in the now pregnant Mary Jane's bloodstream. The reason she has that radioactive material in her blood is due to the fact that she was impregnated by Spider-Man. And they made a whole series in which that ends up killing her. And it is awful. It's called Spider-Man Reign. Do not read it. Please do not read it. It is really bad. It has like this old man Peter, and he's like hugging like Mary Jane's corpse, and it's not good. It's not good. But yeah. Anyway, Todd McFarlane's adjectiveless Spider-Man, written and drawn. This was like one of the first few times like the artist also wrote the comic. I have this comic, by the way. Written and drawn by Todd McFarlane, with the reintroduction of Calypso, an evil witch that used voodoo magic to fulfill her plans. This issue also marks the Lizard's return to comics. Torment was one of the more gritty, memorable Lizard-related stories to be told. A lot of people loved the Todd McFarlane artwork. For those who don't know, Todd McFarlane created Spawn, and you can definitely see the influence from Spider-Man in Spawn. He even like makes homages to this cover all the time. A lot of artists do, because it's just so iconic. Here we have the first appearance of the Black Suit, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. The first appearance of the symbiote Spidey costume after a titanic clash with the collected supervillains on Battleworld. Spidey's costume is left in tatters. Spider-Man uses alien technology to create a living costume. The costume is later discovered to be a symbiote, a parasite member of an intergalactically feared alien race. Humans call them symbiotes, but in space, their native name is the Clintar. I read that one. The first appearance of Mysterio. And yeah, you can definitely see the Ditko artwork. First appearance and origin of Mysterio. Quentin Beck, a special effects designer, grew tired of his backstage role with the advice taken from a friend's joke. Beck decided to take out a new costume crime fighter. He decided to target the then fledgling Spider-Man. That was very early in Spider-Man's career. Another Todd McFarlane cover. In a world turned suddenly upside down, Mysterio makes his presence known. This issue tied in with the Inferno story that took place in the pages of X-Men, X-Factor, New Mutants, and Excalibur. It's actually really cool. There's a tie-in comic between Spider-Man and the X-Men, again by Todd McFarlane, and it's actually sideways. Like you read it horizontally. And I actually have that comic book. It's one of the few that you have to read horizontally. It's weird. But here we have the first appearance of the Punisher. The Punisher was originally just a villain. He appeared first in Spider-Man number 129 as a villain, and eventually became an anti-hero. But it's so crazy because it's literally just the Jackal going, "Hey, you know that Spider-Man guy?" And the Punisher's like, yeah, I've seen him before. And the Jackal goes, "Yeah, that guy's evil. You should kill him." And he goes, "Okay." And he just starts hunting Spider-Man. He just trusts this guy. This fucking freak mutant, the Jackal. Punisher was kind of an idiot. Anyway, the first appearance of the Punisher, Jackal, and the death of the mechanic. Death of the Mechanic? That must be another character, I don't know. Frank Castle, better known as the Punisher, makes his first appearance as an assassin hired by the Jackal. The Punisher would go on to become a tough-as-nails vigilante known for fighting bad guys using their rules. Meaning he kills them. First appearance of Kraven. First appearance of Kraven the Hunter. Kraven, one of the world's greatest hunters, gained power by drinking rare and exotic jungle elixirs. These elixirs gave him the strength and speed of a savage beast, all the better to catch Spider-Man with. If you guys haven't read any Spider-Man comic books, I implore you, I urge you even, to read Kraven's Last Hunt. It is one of the best, not even like just Spider-Man comic storylines, but just one of the best comic book storylines ever. Like, it is amazing. Definitely read Kraven's Last Hunt. It is very much worth it. Yes. Amazing Spider-Man number 2, the first appearance of the Vulture. It's a shame he doesn't appear in this game, but Peter Parker, in an attempt to make money to support himself and Aunt May, comes up with the idea to photograph his actions as Spider-Man and sell them to the Daily Bugle. There was actually a subsidy of the Daily Bugle. I think it was just called... what was it called? It was like some generic magazine name, but they ditched it in later comics. I think it was literally just called Now Magazine, or maybe it was POW Magazine, so that way they didn't get like the rights issues, because I'm pretty sure there is already a Now Magazine. But anyway, regardless, yeah, this was the first time you see Spider-Man actually start to take pictures for the Daily Bugle. He comes up with the idea to photograph his actions as Spider-Man and sell them to the Daily Bugle. Jonah generally thinks Parker is in cahoots with Spider-Man, getting the scoop on all the good fights for a percentage of the money he makes off the photos. And here it is, man. Spider-Man 2099 number 1. First appearance and origin of Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man of the future, Miguel O'Hara wears the webs and battles against the corporations and disturbed citizens of 2099. He starts as a researcher at Alchemax and ends up losing his job once he learns... Well, no, he quits after he learns that his boss has been drugging him for years. He gives him this highly addictive drug that I guess in order to obtain it... I don't remember. I'm just going to be honest, I don't remember. Amazing Spider-Man number 3, the first appearance and the origin of Dr. Octopus. Dr. Otto Octavius, a scientist in the field of atomic research, crafts a harness consisting of 4 mechanical arms that allow him to work with radioactive materials from a distance. So yeah, if you guys remember Spider-Man 2, that was the whole point of the mechanical arms. The power of the sun within the palm of my hands bit. That's what those arms were for. So staying true to that part of his origin. There's an accident and Octavius survives, but his harness has become fused to his body. Thus, Dr. Octopus is born. And the arms were not sentient like they are in the Sam Raimi movies. Like, they don't have a mind of their own. Or they're not, manipulating Doc Ock at all. That didn't become a thing until those movies. And, I mean, it was worth it because comic books adapted it after that, I'm pretty sure. Amazing Spider-Man number 33. If This Be My Destiny. That was the one of the subtitles for this, besides the final chapter. Spider-Man faces the Master Planner, who was revealed to be Doc Ock. There's several. Amazing Spider-Man number 700 kills off Peter Parker. He switches bodies with Doc Ock. And Doc Ock becomes the superior Spider-Man, but he gets his body back later on. And there's also the ending to the original Ultimate Spider-Man, in which Peter Parker gets killed by the Sinister Six, technically by Green Goblin, and he dies. And Miles took his place in those years. But then, a whole big event happened where universes got erased, but some of them collided and created a whole new universe. It's complicated. Oh my god. Running out of breath. Okay. I read it. First appearance of the symbiote costume in The Amazing Spider-Man. Straight from Secret War, Spider-Man returns with his alien costume. Little does he know that the suit is alive and it has plans of its own. And, of course, Amazing Fantasy 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man. Also, the first appearance of Aunt May, Flash Thompson, the burglar, and the death of Uncle Ben. Weird misconception about this game, about this comic book. Everybody thinks Uncle Ben is the one that says, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Actually, Uncle Ben dies off screen in this comic book. You never actually see him get shot, and he also gets robbed at his house. The burglar comes to the Parker home and shoots Uncle Ben and fucking gets the hell out of there. It was actually in the narration for the comic book at the end after Uncle Ben was dead and, you know, Peter's dealing with the grief or whatever. It's in the narration by Stan Lee where it says, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. And everybody always misquotes this. They always say, with great power comes great responsibility. However, it does slightly change like the meaning of this quote a little bit. It says, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. So, like, it kind of puts more emphasis on the hero, on Peter himself. Like, naturally, the way it sounds, with great power comes great responsibility, it kind of makes it seem like the universe is always going to put all the responsibility on him. But with the way it's written here, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. It kind of shows that Peter needs to learn that responsibility. He kind of has to grow up in a way, and he has to enact those responsibilities. He's not automatically... This shows how he's supposed to grow into it, because he's a teenager when he gets his powers. So obviously, the whole plot of the Spider-Man origin, thousands of dollars, yes, it's ridiculously overpriced. Because there's so many reprints of this and there's so many ways to read it. But anyway, but it's a piece of history, so I get it. What was I saying? Yeah, but it shows that Peter has to kind of grow into that responsibility. The world isn't going to automatically just hand him all of it. He's got to kind of grow up and realize, okay, this is what I got to do with these amazing gifts that I have. You know, the whole Spider-Man stick. I feel like a lot of people with that misquoting, they kind of misinterpret the character a little bit. But yeah, Yuri Lowenthal, the voice, that sounds like the plot of Spider-Man. Yeah, it's exactly the same. They anytime they do an origin story, that's what they do. What was I saying? Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor for Spider-Man in the Insomniac games, did an interview, and he kind of pointed me towards that viewpoint on the semi-misquoting of the quote. I want to look at the storyboards because I want to see. So originally, the lizard was supposed to be a boss fight in this game, but he got scrapped for whatever reason. But I think he still appears in the storyboard with all the villains in that. Oh my god, she is throwing it back for the Human Torch. Jesus. Sorry, I just noticed that. Oh my god, he totally is. He's in the bottom right there. Yeah, he gets replaced by just a random goon. That's cool. He's playing cards with them and everything. Nice. Where'd they scrap Lizard? No, I think they planned on having both of them, but I don't know. I guess time restraints, because he's a boss in the second game, the sequel to this. But yeah, no, he's not in this game. I guess I could show off some of the training stuff real quick. Got the time attack. Oh, no. Just do 60 seconds. We'll fight just a regular henchman. So this is cool. They got like little unique like fighting arenas in like labs and stuff. I mean, it's just small, stupid mini games. It's like arcade style, so you just try and get a high score. But it's cool. There are some unlockables. Is this off console? This is simulation. I have this game. I have multiple copies of this game. I have the original, like, US release, and I also have the Japanese version because they actually redubbed it.
Need to find more web cartridges.
But yeah, that's a little thing with the training. So we got that. We got survival mode, which is pretty much the same thing, but you just gotta try and survive as long as you can. Speed training, you just get from one point to another real quick. Target practice. I mean, we could show this off real quick, I guess. Maybe PS2, Spider-Man 2 next. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I did not mean to do that. This is actually referenced in the Spider-Verse movie. This little room. In Across the Spider-Verse, Miles goes through a room that looks almost exactly like this. Set up the same way. But, I guess... Honestly, I might go ahead and call it a stream here. I've been streaming almost 3 hours, which for me is kind of long. I just don't feel like doing like a super duper long stream today. But anyways, I appreciate you, Dragon, and who else was here? Yeah, it was good meeting you, man. Juicy Pizza and Uniame? Vivo. I'm just gonna go with Vivo. Having Vivo in here. Love to see a Spider-Man geek here. Yes. Huge Spider-Man geek. But yeah. My voice is gonna be dead for a little bit. I spoke so much during the stream, oh my god. But it was fun. I wanted to talk about it. It was nice. Good times, good times. Appreciate y'all showing up. It was cool to have some people to talk to during the stream. And I'll definitely keep it up. This was very fun. Yeah, you mentioned you're from the UK, but you didn't answer. I asked you what part of the UK are you from? Like where in the UK? I mean, you don't have to be like super specific. You can be kind of big. Cambridge. Oh, nice. Dope. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the stream. I'm from the US, in case you couldn't tell. That's going to be it. Go ahead, close out of the game. Again, thank you all again so much for coming. Appreciate you sending me the invite to the Discord. Couldn't tell. Yeah. I will definitely be lurking in that Discord later, I'm sure. But for now, I'll call it there. And I'll see you guys in the next stream, alright? Bye!